Let's restock my lavender soap. I made a rose soap the other day and I used red colorant in an ombre design and I loved it so much. I'm going to do that with my lavender soap. Instead of using red, different shades of red, I'm going to use purple. So here I am mixing my oils, butters, and lye water solution to emulsion. And then I'm adding some purple colorant, and this is going to be the darkest layer. Next, I'm adding my fragrance oil, and I am using lavender from Sensella, and I am mixing that by hand. I really want to keep this batter fluid because this fragrance does have a tendency to thicken up very quickly. And now I'm pouring my first layer into my mold. For the second layer, I am repeating the exact same process. The only thing I'm doing different is I'm adding just a little bit less of the purple colorant. I want it to be just slightly lighter of a shade. And then I'm pouring this layer on top of my first layer. And again, I'm repeating the same process with the third layer, and I am adding a little bit less of the colorant than I did in the second layer. And then I'm pouring this into my mold. And for the fourth layer, I'm adding just a little bit of that purple colorant, and you can see when it mixes with the lye water solution that it turns into like a taupe color. And then I'm pouring this into my mold. For my fifth and final layer, I added the smallest amount of the purple colorant and it turned beige. And then I pour this into my mold. For the very top of the soap, I have some purple and some gold colorants that I mixed separately with just a little bit amount of oil. And I am just drizzling this all over the top of the soap. And then I'm using a skewer to just give it a little bit of a swirl design on top. And then I'm adding a row of dried lavender right down the center where the bars are going to be. And when I was finished pouring the soap, this is what it looked like. The next day, it is time to unmold and cut this soap. So I am removing the soap from the silicone liner. And then I have a 25-pound slab of soap, and I am cutting that with my log splitter into 4 separate loaves. And then using my multi-bar cutter, I am cutting these loaves into individual bars, and this is what they look like. I personally am not a fan of lavender, the lavender scent, but these soaps turned out so beautiful. I am perplexed about one thing though. How is that second layer darker than the bottom layer? Because I added less colorant. It's a fact. I added less colorant in the second layer than I did the first one, and the second layer is darker. So I don't understand how that happened. I am loving these ombre design soaps so much that I want to go through and like do one for each color. Like I already have a scent picked out for orange, and I'm thinking of just doing like all the different solid colors in an ombre design. Let me know in the comments what colors and what scents you think would go together. These lavender soaps are now headed to my curing racks for the next 4 weeks. But if you want to purchase one of these, they are available for pre-order on my website right now at eartharella.com. But please note that they will not begin shipping until the week of March 30th. So again, please let me know in the comments what other soaps you would like to see in an ombre design and what colors and scents you think go together. Thank you so much for watching.